Welcome back to Textiles and Treasures and happy fall. Today I'm going to be sharing all of the fall and Halloween inspired finds I've picked up at thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales, and the flea market. I'm participating in the Haul-o-ween Thrifted Finds collaboration hosted by Nesting Haven and Gentle Thrifty Mama. To see all of the other Haul-o-ween videos, be sure to check out the link to the playlist I've included in the description. I'll start off by showing you all of the fun Halloween and fall home decor that I found, and then I'll show you some of the beautiful handmade items that really celebrate the spirit of the season. At the end of the video, you'll get to see the really cool fall-themed vintage glassware I've picked up, including Pyrex. Let's get started. Let's start off with one of my absolute favorite Halloween finds this year. I absolutely love this beautiful votive holder. As you can see here, this votive holder is very Halloween themed with the cute little ghost at the top hovering over a pumpkin. There is space inside to fit a little votive candle, and I love that it has the little detail here of the corn. I just think this is adorable and I'm so excited to finally get to use it. This votive holder was made by Party Light and is probably from the 80s or 90s. I paid $3.99 for this votive holder at Savers. When I started going to yard sales this summer, I was on the lookout for vintage pumpkin treat baskets. I was super excited to look under the table at a massive Boy Scouts yard sale and spot a number of these Halloween treat baskets. I decided to get this treat basket because this is very similar to the one that I had growing up. I chose this particular treat basket because here on the bottom it says that it is made in the USA. Although I know that the vintage pumpkins can be desirable, I'm not really sure how to identify them too well just yet. However, I thought this guy was absolutely adorable and he was definitely worth picking up for 50 cents. After I bought that pumpkin, I thought about it a little more and realized that that probably wasn't the same as the one I had growing up. The one I had growing up had a thicker handle. So I was definitely excited to come across this pumpkin at a different Boy Scouts yard sale. As you can see here, this pumpkin has a nice thick handle, perfect for carrying all of those treats out trick-or-treating. This one definitely looks like the one I had growing up, and I'm really excited to have it in my collection. It's easy to tell that this one is vintage because it says copyright 1980. And as you can see here on the bottom, this was made by Empire. I got this pumpkin with a lot of other items, so I probably paid something like 50 cents or less for it. You can see that these two pumpkins are extremely similar, but this one is definitely the older one, and it's definitely a little more vibrant orange. I think they're both really cute, and I'm glad to have two in my collection. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for the other ones with different faces in the future. Speaking of pumpkin baskets, I also managed to find this tiny little pumpkin basket in the bins. I thought he was so adorable, and he is made in China, but I liked his little face, and I think it's really nice to have small items like this to place on the desk or a table and just really bring out that Halloween spirit. He's extremely light, so I probably paid something like 10 cents for him at the bins. The next Halloween item that I was really excited to find is this adorable Snoopy pumpkin bank. As you may recall, I love Snoopy and I love how happy this pumpkin looks. Snoopy is just relaxing on top of this pumpkin with Woodstock chilling at the very top. This pumpkin was made by Whitman's Candy, and as you can see here, it is a bank. I found this Snoopy pumpkin bank at a yard sale and I paid 50 cents for it. At another yard sale this past summer, I found this really adorable Halloween pin. As you can see here, this is a little pin that says boo. There's a little ghost holding the B, and then the two pumpkins make the double O. I just think this is so cute, and it was definitely worth the 10 cents I paid for it. I also found these vintage Halloween die cuts in the bins. This one was actually on the floor and I picked it up, and luckily no one stepped on it and ruined it. As you can see here on the bottom, this is copyright 1973, the Beastal Company. At least I think that's how you say it. From watching videos here on YouTube, I know that these die cuts can be somewhat desirable, and I definitely wanted to rescue it from the bins, especially from the floor of the bins. I thought this guy was really fun, and his little trippy eyes are definitely very 70s. The other die cut I found is this really trippy skull. This one is a little scary to me. As you can see, I don't really get too much into the skeletons. I really prefer the pumpkins and other cute creatures that go along with pumpkins. So this one is kind of fun, but I don't know if I would want it looking at me very often. This one is also marked 1973, the Beastal Company, and I was happy to pick it up as well. I looked to see if I could find any more, but unfortunately these were the only two I found. I also rescued this fall-inspired placemat or table decor item from the bins. As you can see here, it is mostly brown, but we've got some fall-colored leaves all around the outside. I thought this was really cute, and it will look nice on a table, perhaps with some of my other items on top of it. Since all of those items were so light, I probably paid 25 cents or less for them. Continuing the fall theme, I also picked up this adorable adorable glass pumpkin. As you can see here, it's got a nice vibrant orange color and a cute little green stem at the top. There's an optic design inside the glass, and I just think it's absolutely perfect for fall. I paid $2 for this pumpkin. I have to admit that I don't often find a lot of Thanksgiving themed items that I actually like. However, when I found this plush turkey, I had to have it. I thought this turkey was absolutely adorable. I love that there is a nice fall theme to the crest or whatever it's called here on the back, and I love that there's red, yellow, orange, and it just looks so cute with his brown fur. I like the attention to detail on this turkey, and I love his little feet. You can see that this plush turkey is made by Aurora. I spotted this adorable plush turkey at an estate sale and knew he was coming home with me. I paid less than $1 for this turkey. Now I'm so excited to move on to showing you the handmade treasures that I've picked up recently. Last month I headed to an estate sale where the previous owner had been a very avid crafter. That means I was able to pick up both her handmade creations as well as the materials to make them myself. Let me show you what I found. I was super excited to find a number of seasonal cross-stitch pieces. This one has a beautiful pumpkin with nice little vines at the top. I love the design of this cross stitch, and I think it is just going to be so cute to put up now that it's officially fall. I also found this cornucopia. I think it is so cute. I love the attention to detail in the pattern as well as the artist. So beautiful. And we can't forget the adorable pilgrims. I thought this pilgrim couple was perfect for Thanksgiving. I love that there are little pumpkins at the bottom, and they just look so cute and adorable. As you can see here, the artist did amazing cross-stitch work. She was definitely talented. Back on the Halloween theme, I also picked up this framed piece. As you can see, there's a black cat hanging out in front of a full moon. We've got a happy little pumpkin at the bottom, and I just love the detail with the fence here. Such a cool design. I also could not resist this piece. In all things, give thanks. This gives off a perfect fall vibe and is getting us ready for Thanksgiving. I also picked up this beautiful piece saying happy everything. This is perfect for celebrating all the seasons, and I love that it has a pumpkin for Halloween and a little pilgrim for Thanksgiving. So cute. I paid about $1 each for these cross-stitch pieces. As I mentioned, this estate sale had a ton of crafting items, especially cross-stitch. I'll share everything I found at that estate sale in another video, but for now I want to show you a few of the Halloween themed cross-stitch booklets. This cross-stitch booklet is called Halloween Silhouettes, and as you can see here, it is simple black cross-stitch patterns to really decorate for Halloween. Sometimes simple is better, and I hope to find some orange fabric to be able to make some of these designs. I also got this seasonal accents samplers pattern, and as you can see here on the bottom, there is a Halloween or fall-inspired pattern at the bottom. I may end up making the whole sampler, or I may just choose to do the pumpkin in the future. This little cross-stitch pamphlet was put out by the Prairie Schooler. As you can see here, it is called Trick or Treat. I love the designs of these cross-stitch patterns. I just think they're absolutely adorable. I definitely have a thing for owls. I love the pumpkin. That's the same pumpkin as the woman did here. And I also love the little scene. Definitely going to do a few more of these. Here's another pattern booklet made by the Sweetheart Tree. This is called For All Seasons, and as you can see here, this is the same pattern that the woman made, and there's also a very cute Thanksgiving themed turkey here, which I definitely think I might do around Thanksgiving. How's this for vintage 80s? I don't think I'm planning on making these on a sweatshirt, but I definitely like the Thanksgiving inspired bear here as well as the bear and witch here. So cute. This cross-stitch pamphlet is called Holidays All Year by Barbara Mock. I've come across some of her Christmas patterns and I definitely like her style. As you can see here at the bottom, there's some Halloween cross-stitch here and then some Thanksgiving cross-stitch here. I think these are so cute and I definitely plan to do them in the future. You can see the cornucopia and the pilgrims here that I purchased at the estate sale. Last but not least, here is the cross-stitch pattern I am definitely doing this October. I think this is absolutely adorable and it definitely captures that Halloween spooky theme. This is Judith M. Kirby's Victorians House Number 9. I love the bear tree, the pumpkin, the way the house looks. I love the colors. I love the whole theme and I'm super excited to put some of my cross-stitch fabric to use and bring this to life. I'm really looking forward to starting this in October. I also picked up some beautiful vintage needlepoints with a fall theme. As you can see here, this is a beautiful needlepoint with a water wheel, and you can see that the leaves on the edge of the trees are very fall inspired. I love the coloring on this needlepoint, and the work is pretty good too. It's also wall framed. I got this at a local thrift store and it was half off. I paid $2.50 for it. I also found this beautiful needlepoint at the flea market. This needlepoint also gives me a very fall inspired vibe with the trees turning colors here and in the foreground as well. This is actually one of my favorite needlepoints, and I'm so glad that I found it at the flea market. I paid $2 for it. Now let's move on to some vintage glassware in fall colors. I have to admit that I'm not usually drawn to fall colors. This year I've gotten really into the idea of decorating with seasonal items, and that includes bringing in some of the vintage colored glassware. When I saw this bright orange picture, I knew I had to have it. This is not a color I usually see, nor is it a color I usually buy, but I just could not resist. As you can see, this is a super vibrant orange art glass pitcher. You may be able to see that there's some optic paneling inside, and it's got an applied handle. I could not resist taking this home with me. It's not a color you see every day, and I paid $2 for it at the flea market. I found this orange owl glass jar at a yard sale. I just thought it was so cute. I'm really into owls this year, and I love his little eyes, and I love the idea that it's something useful and I can store stuff in him. The woman who was selling this owl said she got it as a teacher gift, and she just couldn't keep everything, which I definitely understand. I paid 25 cents for this owl jar. Inside that same community, I picked up these two vintage glasses at another yard sale. Although it may be hard to see on camera, this one is orange and it's got these little swirl designs all around the glass. This was made by Glass Bake and it originally came in a set of 4. I also got the yellow version of this mug. The woman selling the mugs told me that they belonged to her mother, and she kept the pink one and the blue one for her brother and then sold these two at the yard sale. I paid 50 cents each for them, and I'm excited to have them in my vintage glass collection. Back at the flea market, I picked up a couple of other pieces of fall inspired glass. When I saw this really bright orange vase, I knew I had to have it, and I knew that I was definitely going to use it to decorate for fall. It's not quite as deep orange as the little pitcher, but it's definitely got a nice tone to it. I'm not really sure of the style of how this was made. I do see that it had a pontile mark here on the bottom, and it looks like the design may be inside the glass. Any glass experts can let me know a little more about the style of this glass. I paid $1 for this at the flea market. That same day, I also found this orange sugar bowl. Although it's not marked on the bottom, this is a traditional hazel atlas design. You may recognize this design from other glassware that you've seen. This is a rich burnt orange color, and it's not something I would normally use, but it was only $1, and I thought it would be perfect for putting candy in around Halloween. I was super excited to come across this seasonal set of 3 glass bowls. I was especially excited about this set of fall bowls because they have a simple fall theme. They're not Halloween, they're not Thanksgiving. I can use them throughout the season. As you see here, there's all kinds of different leaves and different fall colors. It's really cute. On the bottom, you may be able to make out the L that stands for Libby. I paid $2.99 at Savers for this set of 3 glass bowls with the fall design. I also found this cute little fall colored dish. Even though brown isn't usually my colors, I could not resist picking this up because it really said fall to me. As you can see here, there were all kinds of little flowers with mustard yellow, brown, lighter brown, tan, all different designs here. I paid 10 cents for this little dish at a yard sale. Now I'm excited to share some of the vintage Pyrex I found recently that fits this fall theme. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not usually into the fall colors. I tend to steer clear of orange, red, and brown. However, as I've had the opportunity to pick up more Pyrex, I realize how wonderful it looks together. One of the first pieces of Pyrex I found this summer was this early American pattern. You may recognize this pattern. It is very classic with the brown color and all the different Americana designs here around the outside. This is the 441 Cinderella bowl, and I found this bowl at one of the Boy Scouts yard sales. I probably paid less than $1 for it because I got it with a lot of other items. I was excited to find this butterfly gold Pyrex casserole with the lid at the local restore. I believe this is the remake of the butterfly gold pattern, and this is the 473 casserole dish. I paid $2.50 for it. I was also excited to find this small casserole dish at the swap shed. That's right, I got this casserole with the lid for free. The lid has a little chipping on it, but otherwise the casserole is in great shape. This is the woodland pattern. This is the 471 casserole, and this is perfect with all of the other fall-themed Pyrex. I seemed to be on a casserole kick for a while. I found this Terra casserole, the 474, at an estate sale. This casserole was marked $10, but I got so many other items at the estate sale that I think I ended up paying less. The Terra pattern is very unique because it has this matte color. I think the base is the brown color, and then they put the black on top and then carved these designs in it. They didn't make this for very long because it is very hard to keep in good condition. Although it's a little blown out on the screen, it's actually in pretty good condition, and it was definitely worth picking up. I was super excited to spot this Daisy Pyrex casserole in one of the carts that they were putting out at a local thrift store. Unfortunately, this casserole is dishwasher damaged, but as you can see here, I added coconut oil to the outside and it actually looks pretty good. I definitely suggest doing that if you have one that's dishwasher damaged, but looks like it's in pretty good shape otherwise. I paid $2 for this casserole and I'm super excited to have it. I love this sunflower pattern. One of the estate sales I went to this summer showed in a picture that they had a ton of Pyrex. I was so excited to try to get some of the Pyrex that I got there 45 minutes early and was the very first person in line. You'll be able to see the other pieces that I found in another video, but for now I want to show you the friendship bowl. I really wanted to add a friendship bowl to my collection. Even though I've already said I don't really care for red and orange, I really love this design. It's just so cheerful and I really wanted to get this. This 443 bowl is in pretty good overall condition and I ended up paying $12 for it. I paid up for it a little bit, but I never see friendship bowls around here, so I was happy to get it. My next Pyrex find was a total surprise, and I'm really excited about it. I found this set of 4 Pyrex bowls at a churchyard sale for $10. That's right, $10. This set is called Fall Americana and it went along with the early American pattern I showed you earlier. The 401 bowl is a mustard yellow color, as you can see here, and this is in excellent condition. It got very little use. The 402 bowl is an avocado green color. The 403 bowl is a burnt orange color. And the 404 bowl is a brown color, kind of a orangey brown color. I was only a half an hour early to the churchyard sale, but I was the first one in line and it definitely paid off. I went to another estate sale in search of Pyrex and ended up taking home this Harvest Wheat 401 bowl. I kind of paid up a little for this 401 bowl, but I knew that I wanted to get this for the fall theme. I paid $8 for this bowl, but it's in great shape. A couple of weeks later, I found this Harvest Wheat 402 at the flea market. I paid $5 for this and I was really happy to add it to my collection. Now I'm going to have to get the whole set. Two of my most exciting finds in the bins were these 2 Friggies. I never see Friggies, so I was so excited to spot these in one of the bins with the lids. The strange thing was this was the last bin I checked out after they changed over the glassware, so tons of people had gone through it and they weren't interested. As you can see, this is a vibrant orange Friggie. I think it originally came in a set with 2 brown, 1 orange, and 1 yellow. And this cute little guy is a brown Friggie. At my local Goodwill outlet, glassware is 20 cents a pound, so I paid 15 cents for this Friggie and 30 cents for this one. Last but not least, inspired by all the other fall Pyrex, I decided to buy this Old Orchard 403 bowl. Like I mentioned, brown isn't really my color and this is not my favorite pattern, but mixed with all of the other fall Pyrex, it looks absolutely beautiful. I paid $6 for this bowl at a local consignment store. I'm definitely going to enjoy changing out my Pyrex display with the seasons. It also goes to show me that I should keep an open mind about which colors I'm drawn to because sometimes they look really nice together, even better than they would look separately. Since we're already talking about Pyrex, I have to show you this adorable Pyrex bowl. This is made by the modern version of Pyrex, and this is just a decal overlaid on the glass base. I loved this cat and pumpkin theme, and you can see I already have some Halloween candy inside. These are called treat bowls, and I found this at Target and paid $7.99 for it. The cats and the pumpkins are so cute. Now that you've seen my Halloween thrift haul, leave a comment and let me know which items were your favorite. I'm so excited to finally get to decorate with all of my cool thrifted finds. Be sure to check out the full Halloween playlist in the description. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Happy fall and happy Halloween. Have a good one. Goodbye.